Welcome back, folks. This is lesson 32, and I thought we'd give you a change this time. We haven't done a mountain before, so this is a mountain, and this is Mount McKinley, and this is in Alaska. Beautiful place, beautiful country, staggering. I think what we'll do, I'll put your sketch up first, so you can focus on that, get your sketch right. Some lights and darks on the mountain, and then we'll sort of paint our picture together. I've put the colours up for you, which is the usual ones, which is the sienna or ochre, ultramarine burnt umber, less of the second colour, and a weak mix of alizarin crimson. So we've got everything there what we need to do, and let's start painting, shall we? Let's enjoy it. The first thing I want to sort of put some clean water on this sky. It gets some interesting skies there because I'm going to wash it down like painting the kitchen. You know, as I said, this is my kitchen painting brush, what Carol likes to see me using, but not here. She likes to see me painting in the kitchen, but that's another story. I'll just put some clean wash of water on here, so we've got a mix all over. There's no dry bits on this sky, it's just a clean wash of water. Let's see if I can get that down to there. All around the mountain. Make sure it's all nice and evenly matched. We don't want any dry bits on this sky, it's got to be all the same. Hopefully that'll be right. I'll just one way of checking is check the sheen against the light. That's a good idea. That should tell you how you're going with you. See how it's looking. Oh, that's looking quite good. But a little bit near this just here, just missed. Touch just there. That'll make sure it's wet all over. Is that a lot? Or just a touch more here. Yeah, that's nice and clean now. Now what I want to do is also make sure we haven't got a well of water in this bottom portion here. Make sure that's clear of a sort of a flood. I don't want a flood down there. Right, that looks quite even now. Right, the colour I'm going to use on this, believe it or not, is our sunshine colour. But the skies there, I say, are quite weird. They are. You get some interesting, well, not weird, there's nice skies, but different to what we usually get in our country here. This is our ochre or raw sienna. Makes a bit of a change, doesn't it? Keep it coming down to the horizon there. Behind the mountain. Because there's snow on the mountain, folks. We've got to keep that nice and clear, haven't we? Let's just flick it in there. Follow the contours. Nice and steady. It don't matter if it take a bit longer to do it, but make sure it's right. That's the thing. There's no rush. We've got all day. But what I want to do on that is introduce some. I think I'll introduce burnt sienna into that. That's our number, the fourth colour along. That's the burnt sienna. That's a lovely colour. We'll put a touch of that in and see how we go. That's the burnt sienna. Let's see. You get some interesting cloud formations there. Not weird. They're quite. I say they're different, but they're not. They're not weird. Nice and steady. Sweep that into that sky like that. Of course, this is an area where you get so the aurora borealis and stuff like that up there. All around these, the trip to the north and stuff like that. It's all like that. No, that's fine, but I want to close that top down a bit. So I'm going to put some of that mix. What we got our usual mix for cloud cover, and let's see what we can do with this. I don't want to. It's too nice just to leave it like that. I want us to have an interesting sky this time. So don't go mad, but softly, gently does it. And I think a touch of pinky stuff, that little crimson, in the base of the sky here. Not too much. Interesting skies. Whip some across here. Touch of that bluey stuff again. It's a blend of these colours, and because the sky is wet, the area where the sky is, it's blending nicely. We don't have to do it. Let the paper and the water and the brush do it. Don't you get involved. I think that'll do. I'm starting to fiddle now. I don't do that. It's all weird around it. Well, I think it's weird. It's normal, I suppose, but there are times when it never goes dark. It's quite strange, you know, when you go into bed and there's the sun shining. It is weird. Still, they're used to it. They know what they're doing. I like it to be dark when I go to sleep, but that's me. I'm an old fuddy-duddy, if you like. It's a snow-covered mountain like that. And this area is sort of shrubbery and stuff like that, with trees and bushes and stuff like that. So I'll just give this an undercoat first of our sky colour, the sienna. Let's sort of kill the white off just here. It certainly helps if you get rid of a lot of the white. Helps you to balance your picture better. I'll take some back there as well. That's our undercoat, folks. It's not. Don't worry about it. We'll sort it out when we get to it. That leaves our sort of mountain area for where the snow area is. So we'll deal with that next. The light today is coming from the right, from here. So these bits exposed to the sunshine, that will be in bright colour, and then there'll be shadows on the side of the mountain. We'll tattle that as we go along. Let's put some colour on this now, shall we? Now the mountain itself is snow covered, but it also reflects some of the light that's in the sky, doesn't it? So we'll just pop a touch of a pastel-y, this ochre colour we've got, which is important. Just a touch in areas where the sun's shining. Catching the light, if you like. Certain areas of sunshine. So that's catching the sun there. This one will catch the sun as well. And this will be sunny as well down here. And we'll get some sun on these faces of the mountain which is facing the sun. That's like here, down here. We're cracking on with this one, aren't we? It's not taking us too long, this. And of course there's sunshine catching there as well. Sunshine on the top here. And away we go. Right. We're just a touch more sunshine on this one here. That's catching the light. Let me see now that piece there. And this piece here. So it's all about light and shade, this painting. But you can see how it's coming. We've only got a little bit of white left there, but we've got lots to do yet. It's dry, yes. So I want to put the shadowy areas on the side, not catching the sun. So it'll be sort of shady on areas what we're going to work on now. Test your colours on your test paper. Always keep that test paper handy. Just test it. See how we go. Right, I'm working from the left because I'm right-handed. We'll put some shadow in here. Start at the back, work our way forward. I think we're a bit weaker than that there. We're going to get crevices and things like that all around it. That's not facing the sun. So we're getting the shadowy areas down here and goes into the light. There's a crevice just here as well. It comes down to crevice just here. Of course, you'll choose your own crevices the way you paint it. I'm sure you'll He'll do a super job on this. And because it's cracked along here like this, look. It comes down there. Shadow areas along here. So once you start putting shadows on these things, the mountain starts to take some shape then. From a flat plane, because this side of that mountain there, part of the mountain, is in shade there, isn't it? So we're going to make that dark shade. Like that. You can leave some white because that's when it's not fully shaded, but you can see the snow on there. Nice dark on that. It's a nice therapeutic one. This there's no sharp edges, no buildings to look worried about. No people, not on this picture. It's too chilly. But the thing is, you'll enjoy it because it's down to your own imagination. This one. I'm stating that a bit more darker. It's not dark enough. It's a bit miserable on that point there. Make sure your colours are right again. Emphasise some colours in certain areas that's darker than your first colour. Because the darker bits represent the area which is in deeper shade. It's not getting any reflected light from anywhere. Keep it flowing. There's a nice ridge here. Flowing down there. There's a dark just here as well. I'm not talking much on this. It's strange for me not to talk. I'm concentrating. A nice little gap there was like a crevice. And of course these are crevices in the mountain here. Some there. You see, whatever you paint, whatever crevices that you paint, it can be right because you decided what way you want your crevices and things like that. So it's right. Well, you could come back tomorrow on this picture and it'll have snowed and then it'll all be different. So you can't be wrong on this. I have full confidence in you. You'll really crack this one. Just keep enjoying your painting as you're going. trying to sort of put some of these things together here. Now that mountain at the back there will be a bit paler, so we'll just make sure. Oh, I want to darken that bit there. I like that bit there at the top of this mountain. We'll make it a bit darker so it stands out more. Just here, that point. Stand out better against the sky, that will. And the crevices as well. Same with this one. This is it's against the sky, and it's nice if it's really a real dark shade. Keep there. It's nice that against the sky. A dark crevice there. One just about here. It's quite a mountain. This it's I think it's the biggest in Alaska, and it's very well known. This is in shade here. Try and make a bit stronger shade here, because it's a little bit closer to us, so we'll probably get a bit of stronger shadow just here. There we are. That crevice down there. Little V's just here. They must have been 4 millions of years ago, these things. I don't know what somebody's doing outside, but I'm sure they're not knocking the house down. I hope not. Another crevice just here. If you can hear it on the video, I'm sorry. But when I started, he hadn't. All part of life's rich pattern. I'll be glad when it's finished. I think somebody should take the hammer off him. Crevices down here. One down there. So we're getting to grips with these lights and shades, aren't we? These shadows and this, that, the other, and forming the mountain. If you're doing a bit and you don't think it's dark enough, mix a bit more colour into it, and it'll bring it forward for you. Put a touch on that top there. If I darken that a bit, it'll take it in front of that mountain behind it, won't it? Just here. Nice separation there. That's better. Keep coming here, coming here. Now this one at the back here, we've got to show this, but I want it to be paler because it's not in the foreground. Just test that colour. See if I don't want it too strong. That'll do. This one here is a pale, distant mountain. It's got depth. It's only a little one. But it's stuck out there. I'll put a bit of shadow on this one here as well because I'm doing it for two reasons. One, to show you that the light's coming from there, and the other reason is I've gone too far with the sky. So I got it wrong, if you like. I don't mind admitting it. You do get it wrong from time to time, folks, but try and get out of it. That's the best plan. Think on your feet and then do something with it. Being a Yorkshireman, I'm not going to waste it, am I? I want to make it work. That's it. Let some of this shadowy stuff come down here. Things I'll do to save a piece of paper. I don't know. Disgusting. Not to worry. I mean, being a Yorkshireman, I know they say it about Yorkshireman, but what I've done, I've painted pictures, and someone said, "Well, lovely that picture. Can I buy it?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, you're okay, yeah." And then when I've taken it off the board and that, there'll be another one at the back because I painted on both sides. And there's one lady. She said, "Oh, I like that one as well." So what happened? She had it double glazed. She had it glazed on both sides when she had it framed at this particular framing block. And I thought, well, that'll look balmy. But no, it didn't. It looked really, really good. So if she fancied a change, she just turned it over. So that's what, buy one, get one free. You know, you've heard that saying. That's what she got. And that's not the only one that's like that, I'll tell you. And whatever people say, the artists, they're never happy. Well, I'm never happy with what I've painted. I always think I can do better, or I should have done better. And yet, some people like them, some people don't like them. That's what life's about, isn't it? Choice. Right, let's do this. This is a bit shadowy as well. We put a faint shadow on this one. Where it's coming down this. That's it. That's it. That's an undercoat there, if you like. I want to put some darks in here as well. A dark area. Another one here. And a nice scooped out dark here as well. I think you'll enjoy this one. It's you can make it up as you go along, because only you knows what you're painting. Let's hold down here what we got. There's a nice little crevice just here. I'll do some of these crevices just here as well while we're at it. There's sunlight there, sunlight on this one. Let's have a crevice here. I say, if you like doing these paintings and that, if you've got anything to comment about, what you like and what you don't like, you know, which type of painting you might like with buildings, you might like it with no buildings, you might like sunsets, you might like something else, you know, or a nice sunny day. So if you do want to let me know, just make a remark on your comments and I shall try and accommodate you wherever it is. We're coming on right there. That's looking good. Now this foreground here, that's going to sweep down sunny here, just here. Let's get that sunshine in on this face here. That's in full sun. I've got all the foreground to do yet, folks, so I don't think we've nearly finished. Right, I think we can leave that mountain bit now. Let's have a go at the foreground, shall we? Now this it's not a lawn, it's like shrubland. It's a difficult one to say. Shrubland, so we better put some of this in. Let's put up painting. We'll put some of that raw cyan, that burnt cyan, sorry, I should say. On here we'll put some of these colours in here, bring it forward, it will. Now this background here, there's like a row of, you know, conifers and stuff like that, or fir trees or whatever. We've got to put that in somehow. So we better sort of think of something to put that in. It's perhaps a distant green. Let's pinch a touch of that sky colour. And put a touch of that, what we've painted the foreground with it. That sienna. That's a bit browny. A bit more blue in it. I say, you always test it. It's a lot easier to change it on the test paper than on the actual picture. So more blue, I'm putting more blue in now just to try and make it a bit bluey. I might slip some colour in first into these areas of grazing area here first. There's greenery in the distance there. A bit more blue in there. Turn it back a bit. A bit more greenery in this foreground here. A bit richer. bring it forward a bit towards us. I'm just getting rid of the undercoat on this. Put these distant conifers in now. Now these are going to be a really dark green. So we put some really dark. Like a bluey green. These will be on the horizon here like this. Like a distant forest if you want. And it sort of separates the mountain from the foreground rough area. I don't put any robins in, it's too far away. Oh, well, you tell you what, you don't get robins here, you get bald eagles. They are big devils they are, you want to see them. Enormous birds. They're not actually bald actually, they look bald because they've got like a white head, white top of the head anyway. Quite interesting. I went to one place, I can't remember what it was, but there's some lovely places up there, like Skagway and oh, I don't know, I keep forgetting these names, I get older. And they have a cable car which takes you from the port down at the bottom to the top of a mountain. It's fascinating. And when you're travelling up on this mountain thing, this cable car thing, what you can see underneath you is brown bears and stuff like that. There's one section where there was a brown bear and 2 cubs. Fascinating. This is all around you. I know the brown bears. I watched David Attenborough. He knows his stuff. But there's when you go in some of these shops and that they're into their brown bears and stuff like that, and museums, and the size of them. They have a stuffed one there, and it's about nearly twice as tall as I am, and I'm about nearly 6 foot. So it gives you some idea of what kind of creatures they are. I shouldn't like the first one in the mile, I'll tell you. Right, this is that's got our distant conifers in, if you like. Now I want to sort of introduce some of these colours, different colours in the foreground here. Well, I'll put some browns in here, those lovely browns. This is that burnt sienna, which is a lovely colour. And we'll put some of that sky colour, that burnt umber from the sky as well. And see how we go. We'll drop some in here. This sort of stuff. As I say, it's rough ground, this. And no snow, because the snow's on the mountain, but not down in the valley. Bit of dark in the bottom here. This working in the foreground, it should bring it forward a bit for you and shove the mountain back. I've got these conifers and that to do yet. So we'll slip some browns and stuff like that in here. I say it's rough grass. Here again, put some dark roots in it. Darken it down here. You'll enjoy this, doing this. There's no, you just don't let your brush run free and just you hang on to it. It'll look after you, don't worry. In fact, I'm going to darken that area in the foreground, yeah, quite a bit. Reasonably dry, that. I want to sort of, let's put a conifer in now. A dark conifer, that's what we need, isn't it? I think I'll use a smaller brush for this, or I'm going to muck it up. Yeah, a bit smaller than that. All got these flicky, it's a flicky kind of bush, this. And I'm breaking the horizon line there because it's linking it with the background then. The light is from the right, isn't it? So it'll be a little bit darker on the left hand side. Just here. We'll dark that bit. There's another bush here as well, let's just put that one in as well. It's like, they're like shrubby things, these. But putting some strength to them, it brings it in front of the mountain and that, it brings it towards you. In other words, you're creating it at another depth. That's in the distance, that's mid-distance, that conifer line, and then of course this stuff here is quite strong, and it's in your foreground. And then a little one down there, which if I do it a little bit paler, it'll be push it further back. I don't always do with that hammer, you do it, but I hope it's good. I must have it when I finished. See what it's doing. So we've got three there. That's a different tone there because these are closer to us. Now these three conifers here, we've got to put these three conifers in. We need them. That's nice. Some nice juicy conifers. There's a bit of colour in there. I say it's nice to mix the different greens as you're going along, because then you're not slavishly doing the same green. Because I know some people that have a pot of green on their palette, and everything that's green looks like it. It's all this one green, and it's a bit boring. But yours are not boring. I'm sure they're better than this. Right, so we'll flick this here, a bit of a conifer up here like this, like flick it down. And then there's one in front of that one. That's this one. I'll put it a bit taller. Overlapping it. And there's another one behind it, just here like this. If I think what I'll do, just to give it some definition, I'm going to put some sunshine on the right hand side. In other words, a paler green, just to give it a touch of highlights on the right hand side. That's where the sun's coming from, isn't it? Like that. So that can indicate where the sun's catching those conifers there. And the colour I'm using, of course, it is cadmium yellow. And the beauty of that is, cadmium yellow is an opaque colour. And it covers well. It's opaque, never it covers. So there's you've got a touch there. In fact, I think we'll have a touch on this as well while we're at it. So it gives them a bit of shape and a bit of colour. I want some browns in here because it's this foreground. It's looking nice. So we'll. I want to get some browns in this to make it look a bit more sort of rough ground, like this sort of stuff. This sort of. And this colour will bring it towards us, won't it? I don't know what he's doing next door. He's got something else that's noisy. I think it's going to have him on the hammer. Oh, he's back on the hammer. He's all right. Sorry about the noise, folks. It's all part of life's rich pattern. I'm supposed to be social distancing. He's determined to make it not so a bit noisy. So I'm putting these browns in amongst this lot because it's. Oh dear, what's he at? I think we'll have a touch of this down like a ridge where the conifers are as well, just here. A bit darker. Sort of a ridge of rough ground just here. Gives it another depth, doesn't it? So them conifers is just where that ridge is there. I'll carry on with this ridge just here. I think we'll have some on this side as well while we're at it. Like a shadowy colour, if you like. in here. Stands it out a bit more, doesn't it? You can have some fun when you're just messing about like this, you know. It gives you sort of a bit of freedom painting. Instead of all the hard lines of buildings and stuff like that, you're just having a bit of fun, which is nice. The foreground should be dry now. I want to just emphasise one or two darks on this mountain before we finish, to really emphasise the darkness of some of these crevices. A real sharpness about them. I mean, the mountain is our focal point, our main feature. So we've got to give it a little bit of oomph, haven't we? These crevices. And emphasise this ridge here. In the darkest area of that shadow there. Give it more shape. It's getting to the stage where someone should take the brush off me. Because when you start mucking about and fiddling, you get carried away, and that's not good. Well, just one more, then I'll finish. It's this one here. That's a nice dark, that one. In that crevice. Stop. Stop doing it. I think I don't want to put any birds in on this one, because I don't want that sky to look lonely. Well, that's it for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, like and subscribe, and then we'll let you know when the next one's ready. So I'll see you on the next one. Any questions at all, please put them in the comments below, and we'll see what we can do about it. So it's goodbye. Goodbye, folks.